The Kardashians could never, compared to what just went down. Their drama looks like a community theater play shot on VHS. Because King Harris, yes, the son of rap legend, T. I just dropped an emotional bomb so wild it had fans clutching their pearls. Ugly crying in the comments and questioning if life itself is secretly a bad soap opera. We're talking about his so-called final farewell. No, this wasn't your typical influencer. I'm logging off for self-care speech only to pop back up. 2 days later, promoting detox tea. This was raw. This was heavy. The kind of moment so intense that somewhere a Netflix producer probably whispered, "We could turn this man's pain into a limited series." Picture it, doctors rushing in, family members holding back tears, fans losing their minds screaming, "Is this real?" All while Twitter turned the whole thing into a circus of memes overnight. If Shakespeare were alive, he'd be like, "Even I couldn't write a plot this messy. Trust me once." You hear the full story, you'll realize this wasn't just a goodbye. This was chaos wrapped in emotion, dipped in controversy, and served with a side of internet insanity. The kind of story that fuels tabloids, keeps bloggers up all night, and makes your nosy cousin forward the link with 7 exclamation marks. The controversy hit the internet like a bomb at a family cookout. King Harris, already famous for chaos, rap royalty, and meme-worthy meltdowns, somehow managed to outdo himself. Fans quickly dubbed it the farewell circus. Here's how it all went down. King, already a walking headline, went public with a farewell message that felt part confession, part Shakespearean tragedy, and part WWE retirement speech. Yeah, that's 3 halves. But welcome to King Harris math, where reality gets divided, multiplied, and turned into memes in record time. Then came the reports. Doctors were allegedly involved. Family members were rushing. The room, they said, was tense enough to make a Drake versus Kendrick. This feel like a group hug. Some claimed he collapsed. Others swore it was all staged for clout. And right on cue, the internet's favorite experts clocked in, diagnosing him through Twitter threads and Instagram lives like they were auditioning for Grey's Anatomy, Influencer Edition. The first leaks painted a wild picture. Tragic, chaotic, and somehow darkly funny. Fans were crying, "Don't go King," while frantically refreshing TMZ. Some lit candles on TikTok. Others made dramatic farewell edits with sad piano music. And of course, the skeptics showed up loud, confident, and ready to ruin the mood. Wait, they said, is this just another Harris family PR stunt? Because let's be honest, the Harris clan has a reputation, from reality TV explosions to viral live stream chaos. They've built a family brand where drama is practically a love language. This drama had more flavor than Thanksgiving, mac and cheese baked with gossip. So when King Harris announced his final farewell, fans didn't know whether to cry or grab popcorn. Then came the leaks. According to sources, and by that we mean your cousin's friend's barber who swears he saw it live, King had written emotional messages that read less like real life and more like a Hollywood script. The kind of lines that make you ask, did Shakespeare ghostwrite this? Online fans described the scene as half hospital emergency, half reality TV confessional. His family, iTiny, and the whole Harris crew were allegedly holding it together, like duct tape on a broken chair. And doctors rushed in, and suddenly the whole thing turned into a full-on cliffhanger. But here's the twist. Nobody could agree on what they were watching. Was it a real medical crisis, emotional breakdown, or the teaser trailer for the next Love and Hip Hop spin-off? Honestly, that uncertainty is what made the internet explode. One crowd swore they saw genuine pain in King's eyes. Another said he was teasing a new single called Final Farewell. Remix memes spread faster than Kris Jenner, trademarking a newborn grandkid's name. One even edited King onto the Titanic waving goodbye as fans screamed, "Don't let go." Now let's talk reactions. Twitter, sorry, X, but seriously, who calls? That went into full meltdown mode. Hashtags like "Pray for King" and "Your Final Farewell" trended faster than a Nicki versus Cardi subtweet war. TikTok was flooded with crying fans and dance challenges using his farewell audio. Meanwhile, YouTubers dropped reaction videos titled, "I can't believe King did this," complete with fake tears and thumbnail gasps. Even celebrities couldn't resist jumping in. Some sent love and prayers, others cracked jokes. One rapper who wisely stayed anonymous allegedly said, "This man's goodbye got more streams than my last mixtape, Savage." But let's slow it down for a second. King Harris has always lived in chaos. From live stream fights to fiery clapbacks that sound PR-approved controversy is basically his comfort. So the idea that he might have exaggerated or staged this farewell? Not exactly shocking. Still, something felt different this time. Even the skeptics admitted the emotion hit deeper. Voice breaking his family, panicking the hospital backdrop. It didn't feel rehearsed. No filters, no polish, just raw, messy reality. And that's why fans couldn't look away. Then whispers started spreading. This wasn't just about health or drama. People claimed it tied back to old beefs, inner battles, and the crushing pressure of being born into hip-hop royalty. Imagine growing up in T.I.'s shadow trying to carry the Harris legacy while every slip turns into a viral meme. That's enough to break anybody. So when that final goodbye leaked, fans were split, heartbroken, or suspicious. Was King saying goodbye to life, or to the old version of himself? A PR rebrand? A cry for peace? Either way, the internet went nuclear. Instagram lives, TikTok stitches, YouTube deep dives. Everyone suddenly became an expert on King's mental state. If the first part was the pilot episode of a chaotic HBO drama, this was the mid-season twist no one saw coming. Forget keeping up with the Kardashians, keeping up with King Harris became the new spectator sport. The internet wasn't just watching, it was devouring every pixel, screenshot, and shaky re-upload like vultures at a celebrity cookout. And let's be real, nothing spreads faster than a celebrity meltdown wrapped in mystery. First up, the memes. Oh, the memes. Within hours, King's farewell was everywhere. Someone edited his final words over the Avengers. Endgame snap, another. Replace Simba crying over Mufasa with King's face captioned, "Don't go King Twitter or X. If you're Elon and delusional, turn the situation into a comedy festival." Tragedy and sarcasm collided harder than Kanye at an award show. Then came the celebrity reactions, buckle up. Some stars went full Hallmark mode, posting prayers up with glitter filters and angel emojis. Others not so soft. Boozy, never one to hold back, allegedly laughed on live stream saying, "Man, y'all believe everything you see that boy probably recording a diss track backstage right now." Fans roasted him, but secretly some wondered if he was right. Meanwhile, a few opportunistic rappers saw free promo and took it, tweeting stuff like "King Harris got y'all emotional. But while you're here, go stream my new single." Shady but smart marketing. And of course, the Harris family critics crawled out like it was Christmas morning. "See? Told y'all, he just wants attention." They said, splicing clips of his farewell with old interviews where he bragged about clout. That's when things flipped. Was this a cry for help or a cry for headlines? The biggest shock came when fans started dissecting King's own words. Leaked screenshots revealed poetic messages about betrayal, legacy, and the burden of his last name. Instantly, theories went wild. Some swore he was throwing shade at his dad. Others said it hinted at industry beef. And of course, the internet's favorite crowd, the conspiracy theorists, claimed he was exposing the dark side of hip-hop, because apparently if a celebrity sneezes, the Illuminati gets blamed. The farewell wasn't just a farewell anymore, it became a full-blown digital investigation. Think CSI Instagram edition, led by detectives who've never left their bedrooms. Fans slowed down clips frame by frame like they were analyzing the JFK footage. Look at his eyes. 3 blinks. That's Morse code for help. Absolute madness. And just when it couldn't get any crazier, enter the hospital. Twist rumors exploded that King Harris had been rushed to the ER mid-farewell, sending the internet straight into DEFCON 1 meltdown mode. TMZ dropped grainy parking lot photos of ambulances. Random blogs with names like Hip Hop Diva, Chuck42 claimed they had exclusive nurse leaks. One headline screamed, "Doctors rushed to save King Harris." Fans feared the worst. But here's the kicker: hospital. Insiders said they saw him laughing on his phone minutes later. Boom. The narrative flipped faster than pancakes. At IHOP, was King fighting for his life? Or trolling the entire internet? Cue the chaos. Cue the chaos. Cue the chaos. TikTok exploded with parodies, users reenacting hospital scenes with fake oxygen masks and captions like POV, "You're King Harris," saying goodbye but also planning your next mixtape. YouTube gossip channels streamed for hours, milking every rumor like it was free Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, on Twitter, King Harris trended right next to "Your clout" and "You're Oscar-worthy." As fans fought over what was real and what was staged, the Harris family's silence made everything 10 times worse. Because online silence doesn't mean privacy, it means guilt. And celebrities? Oh, they couldn't resist. One tweeted, "Clout is the most dangerous drug." Another posted a moody black and white selfie with a single tear emoji, the universal way of saying "I care, but I also need engagement." At this point, King Harris wasn't just trending, he was a cultural earthquake. His farewell had jumped from hip-hop blogs to CNN and Good Morning America, with anchors asking, "Who is King Harris and why is the internet both crying and laughing?" Then came the diehard fans, loyal to the bone. They defended him like family, writing open letters, organizing TikTok candlelight vigils, and even launching GoFundMe pages titled Save King Harris. Never mind that nobody actually knew what the money was for. Logic had officially left the chat. Then came the breaking point. Leaked audio allegedly surfaced King's voice saying, "Y'all don't care when I'm here, but you'll care when I'm gone." Boom, mic drop, internet explosion, fans were in tears, critics rolled their eyes. The Harris family? Still silent. Now it felt like a crossover between Keeping Up with the Kardashians. House of Cards and a WWE retirement special fans were exhausted, confused, and completely addicted. But here's the savage truth. King Harris pulled off what no one else in his lane could. He hijacked the internet in a world where scandals vanish. In 24 hours, his farewell turned into a saga that refused to die. A never-ending loop of memes, theories, outrage, and emotional breakdowns. And the scariest part? Nobody knew if it was really over. Because just as fans started wiping their tears and debating his sincerity, whispers began. What if Final Farewell wasn't the end? What if it was just the beginning, a setup for something big, a bigger drop, a bigger scandal, a bigger legacy move? If part 2 was the hurricane, then what came? Next was the aftermath, and trust me, it wasn't peace and quiet. It felt like the internet was left in ruins, scavenging through the debris, searching for the juiciest gossip it could find. King Harris's Final Farewell didn't just stop trending. It mutated. It evolved. It infected every corner of pop culture like the scandal version of a zombie apocalypse. The first aftershock hit when the Harris family finally broke their silence. But instead of a clean, polished PR statement, fans got something. Way more cryptic half-sentences, deleted tweets, and one suspicious Instagram story. A single Bible verse, a candle emoji, and zero context classic. The internet lost its mind. Was that a confirmation? A denial? Or just another clever way to keep the drama simmering? Critics sharpened their knives. YouTube pundits and late-night podcasters accused the Harris clan of monetizing tragedy. One commentator called it monopoly money in the bank of attention. Another said if Shakespeare wrote plays about clout chasing, this would be Act 5 savage. Here's the gag: whether you thought King Harris was spiraling, scheming, or staging the ultimate rebrand, one truth stood firm. The emotional damage was already done. Fans who cried their eyes out felt betrayed. The skeptics who laughed now looked heartless if that health scare was actually real. The line between truth and performance blurred so hard that even veteran gossip bloggers admitted, "I don't know whether to cry, laugh, or just make a thumbnail." Then came the fan fallout. Thousands swore they were done for good. His socials flooded with unfollow emojis, angry essays, and dramatic goodbye videos. But the irony? In the middle of all that outrage, his numbers skyrocketed. Streams climbed, Google Trends caught fire. Every blog, meme, and reaction video pushed him deeper into the spotlight. He supposedly wanted to leave, but the internet made sure he stayed. That's the paradox of modern fame cancel. Someone, and they only level up. Behind the scenes, rumors said the Harris household was in chaos. Word spread that T.I. and Tiny were clashing over how to handle the storm. Some whispered that King's siblings felt sidelined, forced to watch as his chaos hijacked the entire Harris spotlight. Industry insiders claimed record labels were now keeping their distance, not because of a lack of talent, but because King had become radioactive. He was living proof that bad press can still be great promotion. Then came the wildest twist of all. People realized this wasn't just about King Harris anymore. His so-called farewell had lit a bigger fire. Suddenly everyone was talking about the toxic loop between celebrity mental health and the never-ending. Thirst for attention online, talk shows debated it. Think pieces dissected it. Headlines asked, "Are we the reason for King Harris's collapse?" And the internet, being the internet, did what it always does. It devoured another celebrity alive, but just when the storm started to fade. King Harris came back, alive, confident, and unapologetically smug. His comeback? A live stream, of course, because what's the point of a farewell saga if you don't rise again like a rapper messiah on Instagram? Live? Fans expected an apology, or at least an explanation. Instead, King smirked, cracked jokes about being the most trending hospital patient ever, and teased new music. Cue Global Meltdown supporters cheered, calling him a marketing genius. He played. The internet, like chess critics, raged, saying he milked sympathy for clout. And the rest of us? We were too busy laughing at memes comparing him to Tupac, faking his death. The ripple effect was insane. Late-night hosts roasted him, brands threw sly. Jabs about his farewell in their ads. Rappers dropped bars calling him goodbye king and clout messiah. His name became a punchline for doing the absolute most. Here's the crazy truth. Love him or hate him, King Harris reinvented himself overnight. Just yesterday, he was T.I.'s son caught in family drama. Now he's a headline magnet who made the whole internet stop scrolling. From background noise to breaking news, from a forgotten name to a brand you can't ignore. Fans couldn't help. But ask what's next. If that was the farewell, what's the sequel? A diss track, a messy reality show, maybe a Netflix doc called Final Goodbye, the King Harris story. The possibilities were endless, and honestly a little terrifying, because scandal didn't die. It evolved into Act 2. His image might have taken a hit, but his relevance skyrocketed. And in the ruthless world of fame, that's what counts. Whether King's farewell was a real cry for help, a clever publicity stunt, or something. In between, one thing's for sure. He pulled off the impossible, he made the internet care, he made us argue, laugh, and meme like our lives depended on it. That's his real legacy. So there you have it, the so-called final farewell of King Harris, the goodbye that wasn't really goodbye. The tragedy turned meme machine, the digital meltdown that made the Super Bowl halftime show look like a school play. But let's be real, you didn't watch this whole saga because you were worried about his health. You watched for the chaos, the drama, the emotional whiplash, and the pure entertainment of watching a farewell explode into one of the wildest plot twists since Game of Thrones dropped the ball. Now, here's the deal. If you laughed, gasped, or even side-eyed once during this madness, hit that like button like it owes you money. Smash subscribe, like King Harris smashed the internet. And don't just scroll away, drop your theories in the comments. Was this a real breakdown or the performance of the decade? I'll be reading tea in hand, hotter than grandma's Thanksgiving stuffing. And remember, this isn't the end. Tomorrow, next week, next month, another scandal's brewing. And you know where it'll hit first, right here where we dissect. Drama sharper than a Kardashian divorce lawyer. So turn those notifications on because the chaos never sleeps. And neither do we. This is Expose Express, where scandals never die. Celebrities pretend not to watch, and you get the front row seat too. Every meltdown clapback and final farewell that somehow never ends. Until next time, stay messy, stay nosy, and stay tuned, because the next scandal is already loading.